All right, we left the New Testament, 1 Timothy 4 verse 8, because Paul said having the promise of life that is to come. So Paul knows the law. He's a Pharisee. That means master of the law. So what was he talking about, having the promise of life that is to come? What was he saying? He knew the scriptures. He was quoting 2 Esdras 8 verse 3, and it says, "There be many created, but few shall be saved." Man, I'm telling you, salvation is not all inclusive. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, salvation is not all inclusive. Okay? And he answered me, saying, "The Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few." And that's what Paul was talking about in the New Testament in 1 Timothy 4 verse 8. He said, having the promise of the life that is to come. See, everybody from this life ain't gonna make it into that one. So all you have to do is know what you talking about with the scriptures and how to link them up, and it'll all make sense. If it doesn't all make sense to you, then you're gonna think the Bible contradicts itself. You're not gonna know where to go. You're not gonna know why God told his chosen people what he told them. Envy not the oppressor and choose none of their ways. Because in 2 Maccabees 6 and all through the Bible, Daniel 6, Esther 3, you know, these people, your oppressor puts out laws, and if you break these laws, they will kill you, and they put out laws to exterminate you. What do you think the holiday Purim was about? The Jews ultimately got their revenge and wiped out their enemies, because it was a law initially put into place to wipe out all the Jews. You know, the enemy is a hateful person, and we choosing their ways. If you look at a Dwayne Wade and that big lineman that played for the Patriots, and who else? The running back Ezekiel Elliott for the Dallas Cowboys, they're all in the body issue of ESPN or whatever that sports magazine is, and they posing naked. That's not a coincidence. This goes back to ancient Greece. Once you look at the shoe Nike, that's after a Greek god. So everything in this kingdom of the so-called white man in North America and in this world is patterned after things that really are against the Bible. Okay? Everything is after, you know, a lot of gods. Nike is a Greek goddess, the Greek goddess of victory. That's why this shoe is so famous among athletes. Then your athletes are posing nude in magazines. That's because gymnasium in the ancient Greece means house of naked exercise. Wrestling houses and things of that nature. You know, the so-called white man's custom is for a man to wrestle another man naked. That's why when you see a jogger, they're wearing tight clothes, and people in gyms that are exercising, you wearing tight clothes to get as close to being naked as possible. You really paying homage to ancient Greece. Okay? And you know, we the salt of the earth. If you look at the Fab Five, which is like Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, another brother that I got to see hoop. Let me look. Let me see what we got. I'm gonna type in Fab Five real quick. Let me see. Fab Five. You know, the Michigan players. Jalen Rose. I don't know the other two guys, but I'm gonna name the guys that I got to see play. I saw Chris Webber. I saw Jalen Rose. I saw Juwan Howard. Okay. These brothers, one of the things about them, they were trendsetters. They made basketball shorts longer, because when initially all basketball shorts were so little, man, you could almost see the male anatomy hanging out. That's how short the basketball shorts were. And then you had these five brothers that's like, man, that shit ain't right. But it was so little, the shorts were so little initially because your oppressor wants to put the ways of ancient Greece on you. That's the so-called white man's custom, and he will wipe you out in ancient times and all through the Bible if you try to keep your laws and your own laws, customs, and ways and traditions of the Most High God, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You need to know your oppressor as well, okay? So, yeah, it was an Israelite named Jason. He was supposed to be a high priest. He made a covenant with Antiochus Epiphanes to sell out his own people and change his own people's nationality from Israelites to Antiochians. That's Hellenization. That's colonization, okay? Your enemy don't give a damn about you. Your oppressor don't give a damn about you, okay? And the scribes and Pharisees did it in the New Testament. They made a deal with the Romans, okay? Let me get that real quick. They made a covenant with the Romans. And they sold out the Israelites as well. Let me get that. I will have to find that, but I'm gonna be sure to put it in this video. Nothing is new under the sun. Your entertainers, they'll sell you out right now. If you look at this coronavirus, you know, I'm gonna go off what I've heard, and I usually don't like to do that, but I heard that it's celebrities telling you to get vaccinated and things of that nature. That's because prominent people, celebrities, actors, entertainers, and things of that nature, they have appealed to large crowds, and they can influence lots of people's minds and decisions. You know, they could tell you what to wear. You know, they could tell you what to put inside your body. They could tell you what to eat. You know, so, you know, the people at the top that make the kingdom operate by their laws, traditions, ways, and customs, they use your celebrities, who you look up to influence you. And it's always been like that. So I hope you were edified in this video and in this lesson. It was just the Most High used me to bring out this lesson that was on my heart. I felt that it needed to be talked about, and we did that. So I hope you was edified. With that being said, I'm out of here.